Today I'm making Splat Persimmon Jam. Now, I went over to Nancy's yard. She's the one. I went to Nancy's backyard, a good friend, and as I was cutting the branches down, many of these hit the ground and they splat. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to clean them, but we're going to boil them, and we're going to cut this stemmy part over here. There's no seeds in there, or very little to see. I haven't found one yet. Of course, I eat these raw. And I'm going to cook some of these, and as you can see, I have another one over here that's even more splatty. It's almost liquid right there. Pure deliciousness right here. And I have some other ones over here that also need to be used. Because of Nancy, I have been incredibly lucky to have these delicious persimmons. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I do a very simple jam, a jam that requires very little sugar, because these are very, very, very sweet. And I'm going to put it inside of jars, and I'm going to probably eat it within 1 or 2 weeks. Most likely 1. You know where I am. Come and watch and see how I do this. See you in a little bit. Welcome to Healthy Vegan Living! So what you do is you take the dirt as much as you can see off, and you're going to stick it into your blender like this. We're going to basically blend this down to a pulp, and then we're going to cook it on the stovetop in a saucepan. Now some of this looks pretty bad, full of dirt, so we're going to leave that go. And you just have to go through what is acceptable for you. These were perfectly fine until I was cutting the branch, and they hit at full force from 40 feet above straight down, and they were already soft as it is. You see the dirt over here, like right over here and over here. I'm not going to be using that, but something that's not tainted, like right over here, that's okay. And I have another container right over here. I'm picking them up with a really large spoon like this, okay? And we're going to be cooking this vegan sugar. We're going to add a 1/4 cup of lemon juice to it, and the lemon juice, what that does is it prevents bacteria from growing. It also sets the pectin. So what we're going to do here, we're going to pulse this until it's smooth. Do make sure you put your hand on the top. Most people already know this, I don't have to tell you that. Very thick. Alright, now we're going to cook it. Right over here is my cabinet where all the pans are at. So you'll see me bend down there to get it. Is this overkill? Yes, it is. I'm just doing it to show you that we can use this large pot, we can make our jam, and we can easily control it. It's just meant so that it's easier for you to see. Okay? Alright, so take the mixture and pour it in. And it's pretty thick. You're probably going to have to use that spatula to get it out. Alright, while I get that done, we'll see you at the stove in a few minutes. So just for the heck of it, I measured it, and it says just a little bit over 4 cups of persimmon. So what we're going to do next is we're going to cook it. This is just a standard way to make basic refrigerator jam that's been in my family going on for decades. The only thing that I'm doing different is I'm using persimmons instead of strawberries. I'm using a cane sugar that's vegan approved rather than white granulated sugar, and I'm always using lemons because it's good for the bacteria and for the pH content and helps the pectin set. So it's not as pretty as what I used to see. I just got these little dot spots, and that's from the skins, but it'll be fine for what I do. Okay, eventually this right now is going to be on low heat. And what I'm adding is a 1/4 cup. Now this normally would be lemon juice, and today it's lime juice. Okay, then once that happens, mix the lime juice in with your existing mixture, which is persimmon. Just try to mix it all together. And this sets your pectin and prevents the bacteria from growing. Kind of protectant. Now I'm going to put in the sugar next. Now most people put in between 3 and 4 cups of sugar. I'm only going to put in 1 cup of sugar because I don't really want that much sugar in my jam, and it's not going to last that long in my house anyway. Another way to be able to control the lime is to put it in. Just make sure you remove the lime at the end. Do make sure that all the pits are removed. Once that's done, usually people use a lot smaller strips. I wanted to make sure I found them. So now I'm going to put the sugar in. This is the sugar I use. It's Zulka Morena pure cane sugar, and it's not granulated sugar. It's almost like granulated sugar, but this is what I use. Once you put the sugar in, mix it all together and turn on the heat. It's already at low heat right now. And you're just going to end up watching, and you're going to cook this for half an hour. So we're going to cook this for half an hour. Make sure we kill everything. The lemon juice will well on its way to do that for us. Alright, this is going to take a little bit of time, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. You've got to keep stirring it, otherwise what happens is it'll cook on the bottom and damage everything. You can't walk away from the kitchen. Every now and then, just come in here, peek at it, make sure it's all running, and then kind of mix it a little bit. Mix all the ingredients again. And you can walk away from it for a little while. But I mean, I am like 1 step away from it. That's the timer. That's 30 minutes on the stove. I've turned it off several times. I mean, I've caught it boiling and lowered the heat. Why 30 minutes? I decided since some of the persimmons land on the ground, I just didn't want to take any chances of having any kind of really bad bacteria. And plus, I'm really probably the one who's going to be eating this. Alright. So we're going to, normally I would put it in jars like this, but right now our cupboards are full, and we're going to be storing this in the fridge. I'm going to store this instead in this one here. That way I'll have more room, and the rest will probably go in freezer bags. Alright, so I'm going to turn off the heat. Always make sure that's done. And I'll pull it off the burner, like so. And I'm going to move it to the other side so you can see me put it in jars. Okay, now this is fairly simple. This is a clean jar, which is only made for me. Now once it goes in the jar, it needs to sit out for at least 10 minutes, and then I'm going to stick it in the fridge. We'll see how hot the jar gets out. Okay. Now remember that a lot of jams require you to put a lot of sugar in. I did not want to lose the texture of the persimmon. Okay, you're not seeing anything? Okay, so right there. So that's the reason why I put so little sugar in there. But I did cook it for the full 30 minutes. And the cool thing is that if there's some left over on the bottom or it doesn't all fit the jar, whoever does the dishes, now you see that lemon there, I should keep that lemon out. I probably have already put lemons in here. So without saying that if you're going to use lemons, make sure they're clean before you put them in. Mine were, so I wasn't worried. And I used limes. Now you could put this on your breakfast cereal, but you remember you put that sugar in there. Oh, there's another lemon. So you have to consider this. This would be good for snacks, you know, desserts. Might be able to incorporate this in some other desserts. Imagine how many kumquats it would take to make this meal. Oh well, someday I'll do that. Next time I harvest a tree. Okay, so I'm going to grab it from the bottom. Have a better leverage on it. Yep, that lemon's coming to sneak in. It's not that the lemons wouldn't be bad in there, it's just that that's not what they were designed for. I think I'm going to have myself a nice toast with some persimmon jam. I'm sure that some people, what they do is put it through a funnel, but oh no, not me. So do let your children do this. Make sure that they don't get burnt doing this. I can feel the heat through the glass. Alright, so let me clean it up and let me show it to you. It's a little bit of a mess, but this is what I came up. One full quart size bottle. Used to be a Classico bottle. That's all being for me, and I made an extra one on the side. Again, thank you very much for watching this, and I hope that you enjoyed this video.
If you like this channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.